Alright, guys, this is my first DIY CO2 system. Now, when I first started reading about these things a few days ago, I thought this was going to be really hard. And when I started reading it, I was thinking, man, I don't understand any of this stuff. But I promise you, it's very simple. I definitely recommend it. You save a bunch of money, and you get all this CO2 for your plants. And so far, it's been working great, and it's very easy. What I did here, two 2-liter bottles. You just put a solution in there of 3/4 cup of sugar, 1 teaspoon of yeast, and about 6 cups of warm to hot water. Then what you're going to want to do is put piping just it's got to be above the solution though, because what's going to happen is that solution is going to ferment in there, and it's going to produce the CO2 gas in the rest of the air that's in there. So that's what your pipe needs to bring for you. So make sure it's above the solution. Then put the hole in the top of the 2-liter bottles there. That's where you put the piping through, and make those airtight. I just used Amazing Goop, it's called, or you can use lots of people use silicone, that kind of stuff. Just make that airtight. Then put a T-valve right there to connect the two, and so you just have one pipe going up to the top of your tank here, right over the top. The check valve right there, that's important, because you want to make sure you don't have backflow of water from the tank down into there, because then that can make that explode, and you do not want that happening. So you put a check valve, so you just make sure the CO2 is going this way into your tank. And there's different ways to diffuse the CO2 throughout the tank. The way I used is really simple. I just use this power head right here, and all power heads will have a hole right at the top there. You just put the tube right into there, and what's going to happen is this power head is shooting out water, and while it's shooting out water, the CO2 bubbles are going to come into there, and they're going to get chopped up by the propeller, and they're going to get sprayed throughout the tank here, just like this. And that's going to spread the CO2 throughout the tank, because if you just put the pipe straight into the tank, then bigger bubbles are just going to come out, and they're just going to go straight to the top, and they're just going to get released into the air, and you're going to lose all the CO2. So this is not diffusing it entirely into the water, but it's doing a much better job, chopping them into small bubbles that stay in the water for longer. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get a suction cup to put it on that back wall there, about halfway down. You know, see, it's right at the top, it's over the top. I don't have a suction cup, it's just hanging over the side right now. Get a suction cup in the middle to hang that thing right in the, you know, right around here, this part in the middle, and then that'll spread the CO2 throughout this part of the tank more instead of up here, so because then it's still getting out pretty fast. So that's one way I thought I could improve the system. But if you guys have any other ideas about how I can improve this, then I would be very glad to hear them. Thank you.